Welcome everyone back to All Sparks Reviews right here on YouTube. My name is Will and today we're looking at the top 5 Transformer movies in my order. This is one of the things I wanted to do for a long time and now I'm going to be doing it, so I really hope you enjoy the video and get to see these movies if you haven't seen them already. These movies are just based on my opinion. I'd like to see how you would rank these movies, so please leave a comment in the boxes below. Also, I'd like to thank you as well for liking, subscribing, sharing this video. As always, turn on that notification bell when you know a new All Sparks video goes live. If you'd like to follow me on any social media, check out the description box below. Also in the description box below is a link to my Patreon for All Sparks Reviews. By supporting the channel, you're helping bring better quality in the reviews and better videos I can bring to you as well. Also, there is a merch store as well. You can buy the new All Sparks Reviews logo t-shirt. That being said, here are the rules. Transformers 1986 movie is not included in this list. This is the live action Michael Bay movies. Bumblebees, of course, is not out, so it cannot be in the list yet. So these have to be the top 5s. So, Transformer fans, let's transform and roll out, and let's look at my top 5 for the Transformer franchise. Number 5. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. The reason I've picked this movie at number 5 is basically it's the human characters that let me down in this movie. The sequences you have with the Autobots and Decepticons are fantastic. There is no line about that. It is absolutely fantastic. You see Devastator in the movie, Jet Optimus, Megatron basically being a proper Megatron vehicle, but the human characters let it down so bad in this movie with horrible acting. It's so cringy to watch. On top of that, some of the action sequences from Michael Bay still has the camera zoomed in too close, especially during the forest fight scene, which is one of the most epic scenes you see in the movie. And it's too close. Far too close at some points where you're missing some of the action. For the big sequel to the 2007 movie, it was a bit of a letdown. Number 4. Transformers Age of Extinction. This one falls under the same category as Revenge of the Fallen, with the human characters and the cheesy acting. By now, we've already seen Michael Bay has pulled the camera back and allowing the action to flow on screen, so you see more of it in the Transformers in action. Where this movie does fail, along with the human characters, is parts of the story. They do introduce a new character in Lockdown, which was a breath of fresh air in the Transformers universe as a main antagonist, and dropping hints of the creator. But one thing will not be forgiven in this movie was the mishandled use of Galvatron and the human created Transformers. Finally, we get Frank Welker in a movie voicing the main Decepticon leaders, and yet again it's wasted. Plus side, we do get the Dinobots with Grimlock and the gang being in action, which did make up for parts of the movie, but a lot of it did feel let down with poor storytelling and poor characters. Number 3. The Last Knight. This had high hopes. This really did high hopes. Now we're starting to understand why Optimus Prime looked like a knight and why they were going after certain things. Finally, we get Megatron looking like a Megatron character, with Frank Welker finally voicing Megatron. Bringing back returning characters like Major Lennox, this should have been a great movie to echo next to Dark of the Moon and Transformers 2007. With Mark Wahlberg doing his second movie, I still feel they should have made him Spike. Make him Spike, adult Spike. There's so many things they could have done with Age of Extinction and The Last Knight to make it set further in the future. So everything combined, and it made more sense instead of the Autobots on Run, which was a continuation over from Age of Extinction. Action sequences in this was fantastic. There's no way getting around that. The human characters, apart from the little girl, the human characters were absolutely fine. The only mistake I always will give this movie was Hot Rod was French. Apart from that, I really enjoyed this movie. Number 2. Transformers 2007. This movie had me so hyped, being a Transformer fan for all these years and a collector, to see finally a live action movie on the big screen was amazing. And still to this day, it's still hailed as a great success for the Transformers franchise. You had a good assembly of Autobots and Decepticons. With bringing young Spike, or Sam, into the equation, it made sense how the story was going to pan out. Hugo Weaving voicing Megatron was a good fit. Preferably I'd want Frank Welker, but having Peter Cullen voicing Optimus Prime was a big deal to us fans, and we got him in this movie, and he carried it on, which is now he's back voicing Optimus Prime nearly on a full-time basis. Problems with this movie did have was Michael Bay's camera work. The action scenes did feel a bit sickening because the camera was in so close. You're trying to watch everything the Transformers are doing in the fighting sequences, but sometimes they were just too close to make it feel unwatchable. I've now went back to try and watch this movie in 3D, and it's literally impossible without feeling motion sickness. One of the reasons why I can't play 3D games and also VR, but this made it worse for me, made it very bad. But on top of that, it did boot the franchise off, and it was a good movie. I have no complaints, and that's why it gets second spot. Number 1.
Transformers, the movie.
I was only kidding. Like I said, this wasn't going to feature, but we all know it's true. Number 1. Transformers, Dark of the Moon. Now, like I said, this top 5 was my personal opinion, and Dark of the Moon takes it. Now, with everything coming from the last 2 movies, and it was going into 3D and 3D IMAX, Michael Bay had to learn to step back from the action, let the action flow on screen and not be closed up, which was one of the major parts in this movie where it was exciting to watch. Bringing in Leonard Nimoy, who was originally the voice of Galvatron in the Transformers movie 1986, as Sentinel Prime, got the fans even hungrier to see this movie. And spoilers, because the movie is nearly 10 years old, it betrays Optimus Prime and sides with Megatron. This was fantastic, and not really a lot of people seen it coming. The human characters weren't as annoying. I think John Malkovich was the only annoying character in this movie. Apart from that, enjoyable. Very enjoyable movie. And if it was the end on Dark of the Moon, it was a great success. And the reason Dark of the Moon gets number 1 spot is because they took 2 stories from Generation 1 storyline and the cartoons, merged them together, and that's what you get in Dark of the Moon. A lot of people don't hail this as a good Transformers sequel, but I think if you go back and watch it after all these 5 movies have came out, then you start to see, yeah, this was the best sequel, and probably arguably the best looking Transformers movie to watch. So I've got high hopes for Bumblebee. I hope it does well in December, and of course there will be a review of that when it comes out. As always, Transformers fans, till all are one. As always, guys, thank you. I hope you really enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, All Sparks Reviews, and now you can follow All Sparks Reviews on Twitter at AllSparkYT. And of course, you can follow myself on Twitch at Optimus Wilbur 85. Just type that in the search engine at the top. Also, a massive thank you once again to Cybertronic Spree for their amazing track, Cybertronic Warrior. I really do hope you guys check them out and give them much support and much love. One of the most fantastic bands I've ever heard and do amazing covers. So please check them out right here on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook. And as always, guys, till all one.